I know. It's only the first game of the season. There's plenty more basketball left to play. It's gonna be fine. Blah, blah, blah. But like the thing is, it's kind of not just one game because really, since AD got to LA, which was now over 4 years ago, the whole question has sort of been, when is he going to take the reins from LeBron James? Right? LeBron was the best player when AD first arrived, but you assume as LeBron ages further out of his prime, as AD gets more into his prime, you thought they would switch roles and AD would eventually become the best player on the Lakers. Or I guess I would say more so be like more their offensive engine. And over the next 4 years, there have obviously been a lot of highs, most notably when the Lakers won the championship in 2020. But for the most part, it's been the same kind of ups and downs where Davis has these phenomenal stretches of offensive brilliance where he just absolutely dominates everyone. You're just like, yes, this is the guy we've always wanted. This is the guy who could be the best player in the league or one of the best players in the league. But then he has these other stretches like last night where it's like his first half was great. He scored 17 points in the first half. He was carrying the Lakers when they were sputtering. And you're like, yes, that's what we need from Anthony Davis. But then 0 points in the second half? How is that? Do you know how impressive it is to score 0 points in the second half? Like, think about all the different ways guys bait refs into calling fouls and getting to the free throw line. And Anthony Davis couldn't even do that. 0 points in the second half. Like, it's this constant back and forth with Davis that also kind of stretches back to his days in New Orleans, right? Like, insane highs, right? Like the 2018 playoffs where him and Drew Holiday decimated Portland. And like, once that happens, you're like, oh my God, this is it. Like, this is when Anthony Davis really takes like that final leap to be a bona fide top 3 player in the league. And then he just sort of doesn't do that. It's the same thing here, and I think the reason why it's bothering me so much, despite it only being game 1 of the new season, is that I don't know if you guys saw, but Darvin Ham basically came out and said that LeBron is probably only going to play 29-30 minutes a game, and so LeBron's playing less minutes. Somebody else has got to pick up the slack, and yeah, guys like Reeves and Russell can do their part, but it's got to be Davis. It has to be Anthony Davis. He's supposed to be the guy. He just got a new extension. It's got to fall on him, and it should be him. And I guess, you would have hoped to see it more last night. Again, I want to give him credit for the first half, but then I also have to put blame on him for the second half, especially when the Lakers were right there. I think they cut it to as few as 6 or 5 in the fourth quarter. And to then not come through, it's just bro, we're going to do the same thing again? You can't afford to do the same thing again. The Lakers can't afford to have this same narrative with Anthony Davis the older LeBron gets. Because LeBron can only do so much to save the Lakers. I mean, you saw, they were a minus 14 in the minutes LeBron sat, but a plus 7 in the minutes he played. Clearly you could do this 4 years ago when LeBron was 4 years younger. But the older he gets, the less margin for error you have, the more Anthony Davis needs to step up. And the fact that he not only didn't step up in the second half last night, but laid a goose egg, it just sort of, it reinvigorates this frustrating discussion that we always have with Anthony Davis. And I hope that something unlocks within him sooner rather than later that makes him just it's not a constant flipping on and off switch. It's just on. It's on all the time against the best teams. It's what the Lakers need more than ever now with LeBron in year 21. And so I guess we'll see. They play Phoenix on Thursday night. So that'll be a good opportunity against a pretty small front court.